My name's BrokenPen. I'm a spoken word artist, rapper, tattoo artist, youth support worker, voiceover artist. Yeah, I do a lot of things.
So, man, in terms, obviously, you won The Voice.
Yeah. Somehow got through the audition. Will.i.am and Anne-Marie turned around. I was like, you can see, bro. There's pictures. There's receipts. Every single picture I got through, I was shocked. My mouth was just like. The process was like I had to do like 4 or 5 auditions before I even got to audition in front of actual people. Yeah. So there's a lot of dialogue to be had about music, openly and honestly, that I don't think is really like being hacked. If you listen to Kano's music, he's very melodical. Do you get what I'm saying? Even though he's lyrical, he's melodical at the same time. I grew up without a dad, so obviously listening to that song, it broke through the language barrier, and
that's fucking crazy.
Emotionally it touched me. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're only being subjected to a certain echelon of artists, then that's all you have to pick from. But really and truly, if you dig deep enough, do you get what I'm saying? They've got products in the back of the shop that you haven't seen yet. Do you get what I'm saying? You haven't seen. It was an experience. What I took away most from it was
at a time of day that I'm not thinking about the lifestyle. Should I laugh now? Should I cry now? Overthinking, think I need time out. Spend every dime now, need to blow right now.
Right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Got a really special one here. Been, seeing this guy's music for a little while, and I was definitely intrigued, especially with all the bullshit that we've got going on at the moment in terms of the music scene. But yeah, we've got BrokenPen. Yeah, if you introduce yourself.
Love. My name's BrokenPen. I'm a spoken word artist, rapper, tattoo artist, youth support worker, voiceover artist. Yeah, I do a lot of things, mate.
Man of many talents. You heard it here first. Yeah. Cool. So basically, I'll give a bit of context in regards to kind of like what the pod's about and like why we do it. I explain it kind of every episode, but it's good, for the guests to understand as well. So for me, it's like there's something special about someone in their craft who does it very, very well. So when I refer to the 1%, I'm not talking about like financials and P's and money and all that. I'm talking about like someone that's able to kind of like sift through the bullshit and then get out on top. Like building your way up to like 5k followers, 10k followers, 20k followers, like being able to do shows, someone that keeps elevating and taking those strides and doing what they do. And they're very good at it. Like I find that fascinating, and like the psychology of that is nuts, because you've got thousands of like girls and guys trying to do what you're doing. So like I want to kind of figure out where you are. So what we'll do is we'll go back. So I'm quite curious, like in terms of like your relationship with music, like what was the first moment where you kind of had this moment where you're like, yeah, music's sick?
The first moment I think was probably secondary school. Okay. So I went to secondary school with I don't know if you know Sick Man. He goes by Big Sick now, but he was originally called Sick Man back in the day. Okay. And he had a tune with STHROUGJ.
Oh yeah.
And who was it? He had who was it? It was Sick Man, STHROUGJ, and Ice Kid.
Ice Kid.
Yeah,
that's
they had a tune
throwback.
they had a tune called My Youth. Ice Kid's the coldest, man. I'm still upset that he stopped music, but yeah, they had a tune called My Youth.
Yeah.
And it was like proper big back in the day, and obviously he went to my school, and a couple other MCs went to my school as well. And it was like break time, everyone would be around in a circle doing cyphers, and back then it was 4-bar repeats. So they do 4 bars, repeat it, and then everyone comes in with their little 4 bars and whatever. Even man that didn't do music, everyone had a 4-bar. Do you get what I'm saying? So I used to just kind of be like, I grew up kind of like, I don't like using these words like introvert and or whatever, because obviously it's all self-diagnosis, isn't it? But I was like kind of a quiet kid growing up, like especially in secondary school. I didn't really like come out of my shell till like end the secondary school, college.
Yeah.
So I used to just be in like year 7, year 8, just standing on the outskirts of the circle, just being like, rah. These men are so sick. Like just secretly writing in my bedroom, because obviously I've always like kind of done poetry, innit? And I just never really had a flow like that. Do you know what I mean? I never really understood music like that. So I kind of just used to like just be in the back like, rah. Someone would say something sick and I'd be like, rah, how did he write that?
Yeah.
I mean, so that was the first time I was kind of like, rah, music is the music's a thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And obviously I used to like ride around with my uncle a lot when he came from Africa, because I came before him. And he came like, I think like 5 years after I came. And then that's like my godfather as well, innit? So we used to just like ride around a lot, and he got a whip, and like in his car he used to have CDs and that. I don't know if you remember CDs and that, but they used to have CDs. And so he used to have like a collection of CDs in his car, and he used to just like play bare different types of music. Yeah. And then that kind of like expanded my understanding of different genres and different sounds and stuff like that. But the initial kind of like, I want to do something and it's possible, was because obviously like I used to be in a choir.
Is it?
Yeah, but then I hit puberty as soon as I got into secondary school, and then I used to hit high notes and that. Like
Is it?
Falsetto, my voice was high.
Shit.
Then obviously I hit puberty and that, and then my voice just got deep. So I was just like, I got traumatized, and I was like, I just left singing altogether, because it was just like, I'm not even gonna try sing lower. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But there's always been this thing of wanting to like express. So when I saw grime and the 4-bar repeats, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. And that's when I was like, yeah, that music can be a thing again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
okay. So okay, cool. So with that experience, like, what was the moment when you'd kind of like written your own stuff, where you've looked at it or heard it back to yourself and you're like, this is cold?
I think like in college, it was in college, because obviously I used to write stuff, but again, it was like spoken word, it was like poetry and that, and there's no real flow to that. And like in college, I met my brother in K, and he was doing music, and I went into like one studio where he was playing out his music, and I thought it was like a proper professional recording. Like I was like, oh right, who's that? He was like, oh, it's me. It's like, no way. So obviously he kind of took me under his wing and was like teaching me rhythms and flows, because before that I didn't really have rhythms or flows. I had bars, because obviously I'd always been writing, but I didn't have rhythms and flows. Do you get what I'm saying? So obviously writing with him, I kind of was writing like my first bars or whatever, and then I think it was like the first bars that I was like, oh, all right, this might be good. I think it was like, I wrote I'm trying to remember it, but I've written so many bars over the years. But I think the first bars was there's a tune called Like My Dad, innit? I was like, they say the apple don't fall far from the tree, but I fell in the lake and got dragged by the sea. They say I'm like my dad, but how could that be when I fathered myself, so my dad must be me? So the pen game was still there, but I had like a bit more flow with it. So I was like, wow. So that was like the first time, and I think I was like 16 turning 17. And then from then I was like, yeah, cool. I've like grasped the idea of beats and bars and flows and stuff like that. And then from that point on, it was just like an everyday thing of like, I'm writing bars every day. I'm doing different flows every day, and I'm studying MCs. Like I'm studying Eminem, I'm studying Gets, I'm studying grime MCs. Like I'm listening to music every single day, but like almost not for enjoyment, but just like to break it down, to be like, raw, how can I do this? Like, do you know what I'm saying? I remember when I wrote my first double time bar, and I was like, oh, raw, like I'm there in it, because obviously Eminem had the skippy flows and the double time, and like studying him kind of like helped me a lot to like develop like those type of flows. But the first time, I think I was like, turning 17, and I was just like, I think I can do music still. Yeah.
I can imagine that must have been quite a big like confidence booster as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, there was a man out here that was trying to say, oh, I'm better than you. You know, back then, like especially in grime, because I started doing grime first. So especially in grime, there's a whole thing of like being better than the next man. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And that comes a lot from rap, innit? Because obviously rap was like, initially it didn't start like that, but it kind of got like braggadocious. Do you get what I'm saying? It got like, who's got the best pen game? Like, I'm a better lyricist than you, I'm a better rhyme, I'm a better flow. Obviously there's the debates, who's the top 10 and da-da-da-da. These things come from competition. Do you get what I'm saying? So obviously back in the day, there was like, when I started doing this, there was man that had been doing it longer than me, but they weren't necessarily better than me in my opinion. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would say with their chest like, oh, like I'm better than you and that. And then I just kind of took that as like, all right, cool. If you genuinely think you're better than me, I'm gonna work at this craft so much where it's like I'm undeniable, and like things like that just became like a driving force. Like, how come man say he's better than, like, you don't even write every day, like you don't even, do you know what I mean? So it was just a thing of like not only proving to myself that I could get to a level, but to prove to them, man, that like, you're not as sick as you're saying you're sick, because you don't really, like, you have to understand, innit, like I proper love this thing, innit, do you get what I mean? So I split it up, innit. So spoken word is my purpose, innit. That's like, I have to do that. Like, it's not even a choice at this point. Like, I have to do spoken word. What I can communicate in poetry and spoken word, is different than what I can communicate to music. And they're two complete different things. Music I had to learn. Spoken word just came natural. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, spoken word is my purpose, but music is like my passion. Like, I proper studied it. I proper respect it as well. Do you get what I mean? So I understand as well, because of, I guess, the era that I came up in, a certain level of respect for the art is understanding the elements that make, I guess, hip hop and this type of community that we come from. It's like, you have to have the 5 elements of hip hop. Do you get what I'm saying? Which back then was graffiti, MCing, DJing, breakdancing, and spirituality. So like knowledge as well. Okay. So there's like an image that depicts that I found like through like my learning and stuff, and I drew it on my wall as well, because I'm an artist as well. So but just an all round artist, I guess. I try to be anyway. And that image depicts what it means to be a hip hop artist. It's like a guy with a backwards hat. He's got the third eye open in the middle. He's like meditating, but he's got 4 arms, and each arm is holding an element of hip hop. So like a graffiti kind of style, microphone, a DJ deck, and he's like tutting, because tutting was a form of like dancing back in the day. Do you get what I'm saying? Come from like Egyptian dancing and whatever. And it's like going through the process of understanding what it takes to be like a dope MC. It's like understanding all of these elements. Do you get what I mean? Which I feel like, based off of what you were saying before, like, oh yeah, the bullshit in the music game and it's because music's been like so satirized, and it's like so many people are doing music as well. And the reason why people are doing music is not, before people used to do music because they have something to say. Now people do music because it's been glamorized. It's been like, there's the industrification of it, where it's like, oh, this is a way out the hood. Do you get what I'm saying? Or this is a way to some sort of level of stardom or whatever. And that's why people want to do it. So their formula is going to be different. Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, everybody wants to make a career out of stuff, but there's just this like genuine like love of the art that's kind of, I wouldn't say it's missing, because there are definitely men that are still flying that flag. I can name loads of people. Paul Stefan, Loyal Kana, Names Bliss. Like, I can give you a list. Do you see what I'm saying? These men, and like, they love it, and you can tell by their pen. And obviously the era, I guess it's the era that they came up with as well. It's like the passion is different, and the love of the art form is different, you know what I mean? But you can't kind of like blame people that are doing music to make peas, and just for that, like, there's an avenue for that, so you can take that. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas before, that wasn't an avenue. The avenue before was, this is our music. How do we make people jump on our wave and understand what we're on, so that we can make a living out of this? But the foundation of why they were doing it wasn't just to make a living. It's, we've mastered this art form, we've created a thing, people will like this thing, and then boom, who's the like Wu-Tang Clan, like perfect example of that. If you know the Wu-Tang story, you understand that they had a certain level of like Shaolin focus on their music. They lived it. They lived Shaolin, like they lived by morals and codes and things that you couldn't not do these things and be down with Wu-Tang. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that's almost altogether being taken out of music. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do agree. But I feel like there's like, I guess you could call it like beauty in the struggle in terms of like being a consumer, because there is so much bullshit out there, but when you do find an artist that you resonate with and that you think's great, it's like getting a present at Christmas time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I find that myself, because obviously I work with loads of artists like 24/7, literally from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. I'm talking to loads of different artists and stuff. But when I'm finding a new artist and I'm like, wow, like they are incredible. And it's like, even not necessarily from like a deeply like sonical and, well, maybe sonical, but like not necessarily from a lyrical perspective. Someone like Ant's Live, have you seen, you know, I don't know,
I've heard of him. Yeah.
But even from his like creative direction and his imagery and stuff, you can tell he genuinely cares. Like, and there's a lot of care and effort that go into those videos.
Yeah.
And like when you see that, you've just got like a newfound respect for artists as well. So yeah, it's exciting, and that's why I love doing what we're doing at the moment, because we're able to kind of like shine a light on those guys as well, and kind of like reimagine this space and kind of bring back that artistry. Yeah. So yeah, no, definitely agree with that. So in terms of I know obviously your music's like, you know, every good artist, their own inspiration is normally like themselves and stuff. But is there anywhere where you kind of like any really standout people where you kind of like take inspiration from?
Yeah. It's changed over time. Like before that, my inspirations were like super lyrical artists. Okay. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like as an artist as well, it's important to always try to develop. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, there's no point in starting to do something and then stay. Consistency is good. Your foundation should always be there, but like you should want to be getting into different bags and knowing that there's different facets of you. Do you get what I mean? I mean, that's how I live my life in general. Like, I don't just have one art discipline and one medium. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't just like rely on one thing. So I feel like in music, at first it was like everyone lyrical, Eminem, like Wu-Tang Clan. It was everyone that could make me go, raw, that's a sick bar, or that was a sick metaphor, or double entendre. How did you, like, I would study these things.
Yeah.
And what that ended up doing is making me a kind of like super lyrical artist, and I'm saying something, but again, that's not the only element to music. Do you get what I mean? And obviously that's me dragging my spoken word bag and what I do with that, because that's like super lyrical and with like a message, and kind of like bringing it into music. But then you've got to find the middle ground in like sonics as well. Like things still have to sound nice. Do you know what I'm saying? Things still have to like hit people in a way of like, raw. Like the way you say something is very important. Do you get what I'm saying? I can say something so plainly and it won't hit you because it's like the vibration behind it was just so dead. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But if I learn how to put like a melody behind it or say it in a specific way, that's gonna hit different. So that's another element of music that's kind of like that I've recently stumbled across it, to be fair, because it's like I guess noticing how my career's gone as well. Like, just like, let's say a year ago, even just up to a year ago, I was like getting frustrated. I was like, raw, like I'm putting in all this work, I'm banging in all these shows, like what am I doing wrong? Do you know what I mean? You start thinking like, right, it's me, like what am I doing wrong? And I kind of like had to like honestly assess myself and be like, what am I actually making, like music wise? Like message, cool. I've been working on that since I was like 17, 18, like writing every single day, working on my lyricism. Pen game, it's there, innit? But there's an element to music that requires you to look at different aspects. So I started to learn more about like melodies and like creating songs rather than just spitting on a beat. Because grime, you come up, it's very hard to make a grime tune sound sick if you're just spitting bars, and people will love it for that thing of spitting bars, but that's like, it's not a timeless thing, because it's like I can listen to it when I'm in this mood or da da da. Do you get what I'm saying? But there's people that have done sick grime tunes that it's like it doesn't matter. Like you got Dizzy Rascal, you got Kano. Like, but then when you deep it and you break it down, these man been doing melodies. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if you listen to Kano's music, he's very melodical. Do you get what I'm saying? Even though he's lyrical, he's melodical at the same time. So it's now a song. It's not just an MC spitting on the track. Do you get what I mean? So then I started diversifying what I'm listening to. I'd always been listening to like jazz and R&B and soul music and stuff like that. But I proper got into it like 2 years ago, like proper like started to listen to it and understand why the songs I'm hearing make me feel the way that it makes me feel. Do you get what I'm saying? Like how can I emulate this thing? How can I do my version of making someone feel that thing? Do you get what I mean? Listening to artists like Yeba, do you know what I'm saying? She did a Sofa Sound session. She did a tune called My Mind. Crazy. Like Jacob Banks, like just the way that he performs, the way that he like his tone comes off, like little things like that. Even my rap voice has changed over time. Like you can go back and listen to my old stuff, listen to my new stuff. It's changed. It's not like before I used to rap up here because that's how I was taught. Do you get what I'm saying? My boy is like, your rap voice can't be your normal voice, which makes sense. So I would always try to go higher in my rap voice, but my voice is deep. Why am I going high? Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like learning how to use the actual tone of my voice in a musical way to get across my point and make it musical as well. Because if you're trying to connect to the world and relate to the world as well, you want it to translate through words. So even if that person don't understand that sick metaphor that you said, somehow they still feel it. And it's like, even I listen to other countries' music. Like I listen to a lot of French music. One artist called STHROUGHJ. Like,
sick,
man. I heard one tune from his and like it just proper touched, man. And I was just like, rah, like why do I feel so deeply about this track? I don't even understand what he's saying. And then I went in and looked at so I learnt the lyrics before I even knew what they meant. And it was like in 2 days I learned the lyrics. And then I was like, rah. I Googled the lyrics and translated them into English. And he was all talking about, like it was a song about the like troubles with his father and stuff like that. And I was like, rah, like, because I never grew up without a dad, didn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? I grew up without a dad. So obviously listening to that song, it broke through the language barrier, and
that's fucking crazy.
Emotionally it touched me. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that song was the first song when I realized, rah, like there's a different depth to music when you're making it like melodically. Obviously intention is very important, and your authenticity has to shine through as well. It's like knowing all of these things and trying to be the best artist with the best techniques at your disposal. Do you get what I'm saying? So so I guess my inspirations now stem more from singers. So I listen to singers a lot more, which is mad because that's really how I started out doing music, because I was in a choir, but I didn't really get enough time to explore that. Do you get what I mean? Because I was pretty young, and obviously the way that I lost my voice, it's just like, it's a bit mad, didn't it? So now like listening to music, I proper like, there's not really a lot of rappers that I listen to. There's a few, but majority of my playlists, you get inside my car, we're listening to Jacob Banks, Father Freddy, Pip Millet, we're listening to Yeba, like we're listening to just hella soul. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I feel like soul music, it's in a genre, it has that ability to go deeper. Do you get what I'm saying? So those are right now, those are my inspirations.
No, I rate that. And I think even for me, I've started to develop this understanding, like kind of, I guess me as a person, and kind of like what rings true with me. Like even when I'm speaking to certain people and stuff like that, I'm not vibing with them. When I was younger, I'll be like, why am I not vibing with them? Like I should do, because we've got like this in common and blah 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 blah. But it's kind of like once you have the understanding that authenticity kind of rings true, like with like a lot of stuff, whether it's like music, conversation, or like a piece of art or movies or whatever it is, it kind of like translates through it, like you said, like with vibration and whatever. And I've been kind of like in that bag as well. Like I have been kind of like still listening to a lot of rap, but like the rap that I'm listening to is definitely a lot more lyrical, but then it's got that sonically it sounds great. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's like I was gonna mention like a song like 99 Till Infinity, like that's quite lyrical, but that's a banger. Like the way that sounds on my ear, I'm just like, oh my god, put it on again. So yeah, no, it's definitely good for that, because you can, I don't know, it's just like for people that don't understand that from a mindset perspective, that's why a lot of these rappers do very well. But I think it's because they've got a sound that they've manufactured that they know that can propel them. And then I think it's a big part of it is you've got very intelligent people behind the scenes that are very good at marketing. Very good at like, you know, managing the artists, managing like certain shows and who to work with, when to work with, who to talk to, what A&Rs to go to, all of that. And then you take the right stepping stones and you can look like the greatest artist in the world, but you're really not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really interesting.
It's mad that you say that, because I was having this conversation, and what I kind of noticed is people think that their music taste, it's like,
sorry about that, guys. Camera literally overheated. Never happened before.
Technical difficulties, isn't it?
But it is what it is. But where were we before?
I think you asked about. I was saying I was having the conversation about that before, about people's tastes and what they like in music.
Oh, that was it.
So people think like the music that they like is because I just like this song, or I just like this type of music or whatever. But it's like going to a shop, innit? When you go to a shop, there's bare selection, and you think that you like this type of drink or this type of sweet or this type of fruit and but you like what is available to you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from what you can pick from, innit? So then you got to look at it, take that kind of thing and then put it into the industry. If you're only being subjected to a certain echelon of artists, then that's all you have to pick from. But really and truly, if you dig deep enough, do you get what I'm saying? They've got products in the back of the shop that you haven't seen yet. Do you get what I'm saying? You haven't seen that chocolate bar, because that chocolate bar, it might not have been selling well or whatever. They took it off the floor. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's like, might be different reasons, but it's like, you might think you just like bananas and apples and oranges and pears because these are like the top 3 selected fruits. But man ain't had dragon fruit. Like, you haven't had, like, do you know what I mean? Because they don't grow here. Do you get what I'm saying? So you kind of got to like branch out, and you got to, if you want to really find good music, and it's always going to be the case that the artist that hasn't got like super crazy shine is going to put that much more effort into their music, because one, they're trying to cut through, and it's from a more authentic place. See, all the time a rapper makes it and they just start shitting on all your fans and that, like, you're just telling me how rich you are and that, and like, your watch is better than mine. Of course your watch is better than my watch, bro. I'm like Cause He Lives is hitting man heavy, like, do you know what I'm saying? So you're like, but I'm still gonna listen to you, because you get what I'm saying? Like, in the back of my mind, like, I know where you came from. I know you still, it's like, look at J. Cole. Like, he came in the game, he had to do what he had to do to get the notoriety, cool, because he understood that that's the formula. But now we got the old J. Cole back. Do you get what I'm saying? Now J. Cole's making the music that he wants to make, because people have bought his brand now. They bought into J. Cole. So he can now essentially make the music that he wants to make, and he doesn't kind of have to like sell out to that thing anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's people out here thinking, oh yeah, man loves this song and but like, you ain't listen to STHROUGHJ. You get what I'm saying? You haven't listened to bare artists across the globe. Like, there's probably man in Canada that you might like, but you haven't heard. There's probably man in Germany. There's so many. My days. This is why I like Colours. Because Colours introduced me to a lot of artists. Even recently, this French guy, I think his name is it Yame?
The one with the tooth.
The one with the gap in his tooth. Like, brother, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand, but the tune is fire. He's cold. He's a cold artist. So what now? Because he's speaking French, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, nah, like, man still like so and so. Nah, but I mean, whatever that is, if there is more of that sound in other artists, and they've like got it like in a different way or in their style, I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Because I'm into that now. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, innit? Like, that's now been added to the industry and that's now been presented to people. So now they can choose from that. But if you're not presented out there and you haven't got the machine to give you that reach, everyone's just gonna stay with what they're being shown and what they know, innit? So it's also up to the people as well to be diligent with what they hear and what they consume. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there is a machine, there is an industry, and there is a push. Do you get what I'm saying? So you kind of, if you don't want the wool pulled over your eyes and you want to consume music organically and authentically, you have to look for these things, innit? And you have to be open to it as well. A lot of people are not open to it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because these men have been supplying music for the past however many hundreds of years. We're going to go to these men because this is the top dealer of music, innit? This is the top shotter of sound. So why am I going to go and look at your little SoundCloud thing? SoundCloud's new and that. It's like, these artists are all trying and that. You might like be so overconsumed by not finding good music straight away. You stop looking and then you miss a gem. And then, you get me? But if that artist is really truly a sick artist and they're a hungry artist, regardless of having to push through all of this industry stuff or whatever, these guys will make a platform for themselves and they will push through the thing, and then the mainstream will be forced to add this sound. They're not going to want to, but they're going to be forced to do it because this is what the people want. Do you get what I'm saying? And the people need to understand they have the power. Do you get what I'm saying? You dictate what the industry does, but they make you feel like you don't. So then you kind of like just stop streaming the music that you don't like. Some people I've actually seen people go, I didn't really like this album and this album's dead and da-da-da-da. And then a month later, this album's sick and da-da. How did that happen? Like, do you know what I'm saying? I hear it grew on you and da-da-da-da-da. But it's habits. Like music, listening to music is a habitual thing, right? So of course, if you listening to it over and over and over again, you're gonna get used to it and you're gonna like it. But with music, it's like that first time you hear it, it's like with STHROUGHJ. I didn't have to like hear it over and over and over again for me to like it. I heard it and it gelled. Do you get what I'm saying? The authentic process happened. Do you get what I'm saying? And then I liked it. I didn't have to convince myself to like it. I didn't have to hear it over and over and over again. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of subconscious stuff happening with the push of this stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? And you can't ignore the subconscious stuff, innit? So you're out here riding for this artist that before the process of programming you to like them happened, but you don't even really like this artist. You don't really, do you know what I'm saying? It's just like everyone else likes this artist. So you want to be a part of the conversation, so you're going to like this artist, do you know what I mean? But I say this, but in the same breath, at the end of the day, the consumer is the consumer. Do you get what I mean? And they dictate the industry. Like they dictate what is on top. Do you know what I mean? But it's just about knowing that you have that power. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, 100%. That's the thing that, you know, blows my mind sometimes, like, because it's that subconscious thing, like the amount of people, like, and I see, look, someone like Playboy Carti, like I've rated him like from the beginning for his style. He started up this new kind of wave. Yeah, it wasn't super lyrical, but like sonically it sounded really good. Yeah, it was unique to him. It was like fresh, new, blah blah blah. And now I'm like, that was like Magnolia and like, you know, Woke Up Like This and a few of those tunes they did with Uzi and whatever, and even his songs from before. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, that's blah blah blah. But now I don't know what the fuck he's doing now. Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, like I was talking to the boys. I don't know if you know STHROUGHJ JV on Insta and TikTok. No. Those boys are killing it, smashing on TikTok. Like they've got about, I think, 1.1 million followers now. Yeah. We'll have to get them on. They basically go on, do street interviews and ask people about music and like different genres and artists and stuff like that. They've got like impeccable music taste. Sick. But we were having a bit of a debate because one of them was agreeing with me with the Carti thing and the other one was like, no, it's sick. So it's weird. There's this like weird divisiveness in the kind of in the scene as well at the moment where people are. It's kind of like what camp you're in, but there's it blows my mind. And again, when it comes to psychology, I find it so interesting because there are definitely people that are literally just being like, they're being like pulled along, and they're like, oh yeah, I like that now, and it's like, why do you like it? You never liked it before. It's really, really interesting. Really interesting.
I mean, with stuff like that, it's like I proper had to look at myself, because I'm an artist, innit? And I don't want to be like cynical in like my approach of music, and I never want to dismiss anyone else's like achievements or their grind or whatever. I believe everyone that has what they have genuinely deserves it, regardless of what I may think about you as an artist, like lyrically, or what my tastes and what my preferences are. Like they might deserve it because the way the game is right now is tailored to them. So yeah, they deserve it. If the game was tailored to me and then I had that certain level of success, then I would deserve it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you can't ever say to someone, because you don't like a style of music or whatever, like that music is dead. Do you get me? You can break down why you don't like it or how it can be better and whatever. It's good. Music creates conversation and dialogue, innit? That's what it's supposed to do, innit? But at the same time, I never want to be that guy where I'm the old head. Oh, back in my day, and and this and that. Do you know what I mean? Because sounds do evolve, people's preferences do evolve, and they change, and we can't be like ignorant to this stuff. But same way we can't be ignorant to that stuff, we also can't be ignorant to the reasons why things are the way they are, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of dialogue to be had about music, openly and honestly, that I don't think is really like being had. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like the over glorification of like black on black violence and cultural appropriation, all of these stuff, like it's like kind of like glossed over. There are people having these conversations, but more than like having conversation with each other, I think people need to go within themselves to understand why they consume what they do, because there's a reason for everything, bro. Like for example, if you take a person that smokes a lot, cool, you smoke a lot of cigarettes, understanding why you smoke a lot of cigarettes, whether that's to stop smoking or to just like have the understanding of, okay, cool, this is why I do this thing, and it's very important, because there's a reason behind it. So you might smoke because you have a lot of stress. Do you get what I'm saying? Understanding that that's why you do that. Maybe you can find another mechanism that is equal to that feeling, that won't be as harmful to you, and then boom, you can do something about it. But you're giving yourself tools of understanding. If you take away the tools of understanding from any process in your life, do you get what I'm saying? You're just blindly following something, but you're not realizing everything that has a cause also has an effect on you, right? So it's like this music might be causing you to feel sadder. Do you get what I mean? Like, and that's not even, I don't want to get into this whole like hippy dippy like conversation about frequencies and hertz, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm not a scientist and I don't fully understand them myself, innit? But I'm aware that there is a science behind frequency, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And how these things affect us.
Yeah, we spoke about this in the last podcast.
This is what I'm saying. So you're out here banging a frequency that isn't even on the level that you vibrate on. So it's like, oh yeah, like because of your geographical location, you might think, yeah, cool, I like drill music or whatever. But really and truly, your body wants to vibrate higher, and you're not even in that mindset, but you're forcing yourself to go against how you just naturally feel. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like man just have to be able to admit, like, Justin Bieber makes good music and that. You know what I mean? Like he's a sick artist, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But then again, because of his image and how he came up, like, Justin Bieber, he's for them, man, and da. Nah, but music is not exclusive to any. Music is music, bro. Sound, innit? Sound belongs to all of us. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man, I feel like there needs to be a deeper understanding of self within relation to music before any conversation is had of I don't like this thing. And if you know why you don't like it and you can explain and you can have this dialogue, then sick. Do you know what I'm saying? But then again, I say all this to say, all of this is just my opinion anyway, innit? Like it's not the gospel, innit? Do you know what I mean? But what you're saying about Carti and like like the difference in his sound. It's again, it's another aspect of music where it's like, an artist might be progressing to a way where they're not for you anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? His old catalogue is there. You just have to rinse that. Maybe you want new versions of that, but you might never get that again because the Carti that made that, he probably don't exist no more.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He's probably not even trying to go back there. It's like Stormzy when he tried to make his new album that he just released. Then he's doing the singing thing. Like that's where he's progressing as an artist. He's in a like different realm now, and it's like it's hard for people to kind of accept when the artist that they found at a point where they could relate to them and whatever was hitting that thing has moved on to a next level. Yeah. But then you have a type of artist that no matter where they go, no matter what point in life they're at, they still find this way to make music that you like. And those type of artists, very, very difficult to find in this day and age. Who are these type of artists? Back in the day, was it like Michael Jackson? Do you get what I'm saying? Donnie's life was a mad thing. It was a shambles, it was whatever. But you see how it didn't matter from when he was a little boy. Do you get what I'm saying? You heard Michael from when he was a kid. You probably listened to Michael Jackson until he died. Because like his music was transcendental, bro. Like he was in it away from lyrically, because lyrics really and truly, like that's a hip hop thing. That's more of a hip hop thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if we look at a lot of sounds back in the day and what people used to like as music, it used to just be a lot of like wailing and a lot of, do you know what I'm saying? This like flow talking on a beat is relatively new. This is like a baby genre. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's probably gonna go through this type of shift and that type of shift and that type of shift before it cements itself as like a sound. Do you get what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's just having an openness to letting people get to that like I guess it's that star quality level where it's like you can just make this type of music called hip hop and it's always gonna slap. Do you get what I'm saying? No matter what point in life you are, and it can still be a reflection of where you are, but it connects to so many different people at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's a very like, it's an interesting thing still.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. And I was just gonna make a point of like, because the reason why I brought up the Carti thing, and I've maybe the thing is when I'm having these conversations, because I haven't really had too many conversations about it, but like I'm sure you've experienced this with anything. When you have more of that conversation, you start to realise why you're saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
Things,
yeah.
Like it comes out your mouth, but you're like, why do I feel like that? But then you kind of understand and you can articulate in your own brain like why that is. I think the reason why I'm like feeling the way I do feel about like the Carti stuff is just because, or any artist kind of in that thing, and then you mentioned drill, it's the same thing. I feel like the personification or kind of like the place in which that music comes from resonates massively through the music. So if you're like on road and you've got like a fucking ZK on you and you're ready to kind of go about cutting people, and then you're going in the studio and then you're rapping about it, that intention comes through in the music.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like with Carti, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because it's like, if you look at his like track record, he like even with Iggy, like when he had the baby, like he's playing PS5, like when his kid was being born, and like he's like, a lot of people said he's not like a good person, so it's kind of like it I feel like it kind of, it's not really my problem, but it like low-key in the back of my head kind of worries me a little bit for like, I've got 2 younger brothers, you know, so I'm sitting there, if they're like banging out Carti and stuff, it's like, does that, it's like with the frequency thing, like does that pull through and kind of have a subconscious effect on someone's mind? Because it's like when you listen to someone like Post Malone, it makes you the happiest person in the world. You know what I mean? His music bangs, he's just like so happy and such a nice guy. Like we worked with him a few years ago. We went, like, stayed at the hotel with him, like the Four Seasons, went out for his like production manager's birthday and all that sort of stuff. Nicest guy in the world. So you know that his intention with his music is pure.
Yeah.
Do you get my point?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, it's mad the thing with drill, yeah, obviously I'm a youth worker as well, innit? So the way that I kind of like approach that type of perspective as well is, it's like twofold. It's like understanding, yeah, the impressionable side of things, but also understanding the artistic expression of things. And
yeah, of course,
because
of course.
And this is why I stress so much that people need to have understanding of themselves before they start consuming. It's like, it sounds bare long, innit? Like, what man's got to do, like self-work before I start listening to music. Yeah, bruv. Like, before you start listening to music, before you start watching certain things, before you start living life properly, you need to have a moment. Obviously, life is not tailored for you to be able to do this, so it's very difficult, innit?
Yeah.
But there has to be a moment in your life where you're like, okay, cool. Why, innit? Why am I the way that I am? Why am I this way? What has happened to me, or what have I experienced that has made me this way? Because again, cause and effect, innit? Mm-hmm. So you need to have a deeper understanding of yourself to not be too impressionable. Do you get what I'm saying? If you understand that you're too impressionable as well, the knowledge of that is gonna even stop you from being impressionable even more, because you're aware of it. So anytime you act, it might be a case that you've got to go, am I doing this because I really want to do it, or because I saw it happen somewhere? You will go through that process every time, even if it has to be before you do anything, because you're aware that you're that type of person that's impressionable, and having that knowledge is very powerful. But if you're out here just thinking, it's just music, it's just this and it's just that, yeah, cool, it's gonna be just that until you find yourself in a precarious position and you're out here doing a mad thing and you don't even know why, but you're banging out someone else's life experience and you were so deep in your emotions that you felt, that's me. Brother, chill out. You don't know yourself, innit? Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
And that can't be ignored as well, because we got to look at man are getting sent to prison for making music and that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man are talking about an old life that they've lived. Yeah, cool. It might be a bit mad, but it's like what hip hop started based off of. It was man's life experience, and I'm putting that in the music because I need an outlet rather than going out here doing a madness. And me having this outlet and speaking my story has either deterred someone from doing something, or yeah, cool, it's probably gassed someone, encouraged or whatever, but the onus can't fully just be on the artist, because then what is expression if it's not, again, authentic and true? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, cool, we got a man that are out here, you don't really live the life that you're rapping about. Again, you're just trying to fit a mold so you can bust and make money and whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? But that will cut through as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's the vibrations, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? It's music is literally hertz and frequencies. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're mixing, it comes up. Like, you see the frequencies. You got high end, low end. Like, you got frequencies. Like, you can't ignore these things in music, innit? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's always gonna be a debate behind, I guess it's nature versus nurture. Like, it's the human condition. You're always gonna have an opposition of something, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? But there can be middle ground found. Do you get what I mean? But I don't think it's so plainly as this music is influencing you to do something, because to be influenced, you also have to put yourself in a position for that to happen. And I guess it's not always the case. Sometimes it might just happen subconsciously, or do you know what I mean? Like, it can happen in many different ways, but the onus is never, I guess, fully on just one side of things. Do you get what I mean? You got an industry that pushes an agenda. Do you get what I mean? These men have been selling sex through music for a time. Do you know what I mean? Like, sex in itself is its thing. There's an allure to that, but if you shove it in people's faces or whatever, you get kind of like a programming and a desensitization to the thing, and you indulge in it. Do you get what I'm saying? So you've got to be mindful of yourself and how you engage with these things. Do you know what I mean? If you clock on like, your brother's listening to this music and whatever, and you might see because we all have positive and negatives. You might see his negative characteristics coming out even more, and you clock like, raw, you weren't like that before you started listening to my man. Then a conversation that needs to be had, an awareness needs to be had, and then a trial needs to be done where it's like, yo, try listening to this artist a little bit more, or try not listening to my man a little bit more, or find another artist that you kind of connect with in like a different way, and see, oh, raw, cool, I am a type of person who is impacted by music in this way. Do you get what I'm saying? And these things are like honest processes that consumers, even me, I'm an artist, but I'm also a consumer of music. Do you get what I mean? Like me, there's some drill tunes that I'm like, oh yeah, this is like, I can vibe with this, like this is, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, I want to go out and do numerous chefings, because like I'm at a point in life where I've experienced enough to know, like, one, this is not my reality. I've never been this type of guy. Like, there's specific things like I'm not on. Like, I could do, but I'm not gonna do it. Like, I don't have gal shaking booty in my video and that. Like, it's not what I'm on. It's not what I'm trying to. It's not what I'm trying to promote, and it's not my life experience. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I haven't, like, I'm not wearing bust downs and going to the club and pouring champagne and popping. That's not who I am. Do you get what I mean? So why would I portray that through my music? There's another thing I also try to tell artists as well. There's no point in spending a bag on a video, on a music video, when you work like a 9 to 5 and that, and you've made like a bag 5 in a month, and then you've taken what 75% of your salary to pay for a music video to depict something that is not true to your circumstance or your journey as an artist. It's better for you to just grab your phone, which is a high-tech piece of equipment, get a stabilizer, figure out some shots, be creative with it, film that music video, and then put that out there, and then let the authenticity shine through. And if it connects, it connects. If it don't, then it don't. Do you get what I'm saying? At least you stayed true to your process and your growth. It's better for a person to see you go from that to then having a budget and then being like, oh, like I saw my man when his videos were sick concept, but it's like low budget. Now the concept is even still the way that he would do it, but it's like greater. You can tell and then you can tell the progression of an artist, and you can see where an artist at, and it's true to the journey. Do you get what I'm saying? But I just want these shortcuts and that. Do you know what I mean? It's the peak.
No, 100%. I completely agree. Okay, cool. I did want to ask you about something else, because I'm curious, like, especially with like my mum watching like TV and that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I'm just wanted to kind of ask a few questions. So, in terms, obviously, you won The Voice.
Yeah.
Big props to that. For that, sorry. How does that work? Like, what's the process there? Because I'm just trying to think, like, do you apply? Do they find you? Like, what's the process? Like, is it real? Like, do you know what I mean?
Brother, do you know what's mad, yeah? It's like everyone's always like, congratulations for The Voice and da-da-da-da. This is my bro. It's mad. Because my thing, like, what I like is trying without trying. And there's an art form to this, innit? Yeah? To try without trying, innit? So I will put effort and energy behind something, yeah? But I won't force stuff. Man, not force nothing, innit? There's no point. There's no point in forcing a vibe. There's no point in forcing the path or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So everyone's always like to me, oh, what's next? Will you da-da-da-da-da and this and that? Bro, I'll be real. Everything's in God's hands for me, innit? That's how I view it.
Yeah.
Like, my effort will be my effort will be matched by my how do I word this? My faith matches my effort. Yeah. So I have the thing that I want to achieve. Yeah. Let's say, for example, I want to achieve performing in front of 10,000 people, innit? Yeah, say I want to do that. People will sit down and they'll have a plan of trying to figure out how they can do this thing, and that's good. There are people that are designed like that, made like that, and can do it that way. But there are also people that all I know is I just need to keep going forward. That's literally it. I just keep needing to try new things, and I'm on this like learning as I go thing as well. And like I don't like skipping the kind of reality of experience. Do you get what I'm saying? So it would be great if I had someone that knew how to do that on my team, but I don't. So what do? Am I gonna sit there and wait for someone to save me? I spent like from 18 to 26 in my house writing bars, thinking, oh yeah, I'm sick, someone's just gonna come give me a music deal, save my life. Because growing up, you're taught that someone discovers you and you blow. Do you get what I'm saying? This is kind of like the industry format, like someone's gonna hear you rapping, they're gonna see one video, they're gonna It doesn't happen like that no more. So I had to get myself out of that mentality and realize I just need to do, not do everything, but do kind of like what makes sense and what feels right. So what do I know? If I perform at shows, there's going to be people there that are going to connect with me, they're going to like me, they might support me on my journey, boom bam. Out of that, just doing that act, you might then meet someone that has another show for you. You might meet someone that has a connect for you, that might just like you so much that they want to connect you with the right person, and and these are the things that are kind of out of your control. But what you're trying to do is create the catalyst and the moment for these things to set emotion and happen, that will culminate to the end goal of performing at Glastonbury. Do you get what I'm saying? I want to perform at Glastonbury. That doesn't start by you just doing it straight away. Some people are connected just like by nature of their position in life and who they know and whatever. But for people like me, my thing is just work ethic, bruv, and enjoying it. So I started doing this thing, because I enjoy it. Like I proper like enjoy performing, bro. Like you will never go to any one of my shows and someone can come and tell you and be like, brother, I had low energy, bruv. No. You might think I'm shit, but you'll never not feel man's energy. Like I will perform. Because that's what I got paid to do. So that's what I'm gonna do, regardless of if it's 10 people, 20 people. No matter where I go, I'm coming with the same energy every time. And you might think, you're probably going to give more at Glastonbury. Nah, bro. I'm going to give the exact same energy every time. Because it's not about volume. At Glastonbury, I'm going to be louder. But I'm still going to have the same energy that I had in a room with 50 people. Do you get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And that's my intention with the thing. So, obviously, I've been doing this thing. I've been, like, doing music. Like, the ultimate goal is as follows. I want to live a comfortable life off of music, where my lifestyle affords me to be able to create more art. And it's not just music, to be able to tattoo, to draw, to just express the side of my brain, the creative side of my brain. Do you get what I mean?
I hear that.
And have time for the other side of my brain, the more logical side of my brain, to actually consume information that I want to consume. Man don't need to know about simultaneous equations. Personally, I don't think. Do you get what I'm saying? But I want to be able to read books and dive into books that I want to look into. Like carpentry, bruv. Like, man want to know how to build a boat. I don't have time to learn how to do that right now. So the aim is to afford myself a lifestyle where I can have time to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? I can have time to spend on my creativity or whatever. Make sure my mum doesn't work. Main thing. My brothers and sisters and that, they can work. You get what I'm saying? Because I had to work. So obviously, I will nice them if I'm ever in that position. But really and truly, it's to give back to my mum and to create a lifestyle where I can express and learn on my terms. That's the aim. Yeah. So now I go forward with that aim always in my head, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? And like, that's with music. With my purpose spoken word, that's different. I wanna connect to people. I wanna educate. I wanna bring perspective. I wanna help change people's lives with my words. Do you get what I'm saying? Music is entertainment. Spoken word for me is different, like I've said. So going through life, I'm understanding. All I have is my authenticity, my understanding of why I do things the way that I do, and then everything else I'm pretty much open to. Sometimes to my detriment, because I have my time wasted a lot, but it's cool. At the end of the day, I learn. I don't make the same mistake again. And then I'm correcting my path, but I'm still going straight. Even if I might take a little bend. Do you get what I'm saying? So now I'm doing all of this stuff. Cool. Again, authentically, like, man made a tune. I was like, feeling lovey-dovey and that. And I made a tune called Mona Lisa back in, I think, June of 2020. And I put out that tune during lockdown. Just thinking, like, just putting out this tune that I made authentically. I was just in my feels. But this was when I was getting in my bag of sonics, of like actually making tunes. Do you know what I mean? I've never been a chorus guy. I've never really been able to make a chorus. That was like my first proper chorus in a tune. Like first time proper like using like other languages to like an effective way. And I just made that tune, released it, not expecting nothing. No like machine behind me, no nothing. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting like 10,000 streams, and this has never happened to me before. So again, like a pivotal moment. So I'm like, got my first 10,000 streams in a week. In a month, I had 100K. I was like, like, this is a bit mad. Do you get what I'm saying? And obviously after like a month, 2 months, the song plateaued, didn't it? But it was still getting out there, but not as much. And I think like 6 months after that, someone shouted me, like a scout for the show. I was like, why don't you go on, have you ever thought about going on The Voice? Now, remember, I love singing. I've started singing, so I always love singing, but I rap now. So I'm like, I would never think to audition for The Voice. What am I doing now? I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, it's called The Voice, innit? So obviously we want to kind of like be more representative of the current landscape of music in the UK. And I was like, okay, cool. So you want to have some rappers on there? Say no more. Again, didn't go on the show with any expectations. I did it because we was in lockdown, and I was like, I'm not doing shows. And I was used to performing so much before that that I needed an outlet. So I was like, cool, let me do this thing. So I went on the show, not expecting anything. Did the process was like, I had to do like 4 or 5 auditions before I even got to audition in front of actual people. So they would set me challenges and be like, yo, write this, can you write in another language? I can do Spanish. Write in Spanish, write in Portuguese, write a song about love, write a song about this. Can you cover this song? I'll be like, man, don't do covers, innit? I'm a rapper, I write my lyrics. So they'll be like, okay, cool, take the chorus and then write a verse. I'll do that, show them I can do whatever they ask me to. So they said, cool, you've got an audition in front of the judges and that, Will I Am, Anne Marie and all that. So cool. Again, I'm like, I didn't think I'd get this far, because I'm trying without trying. I'm trying in the sense that I'm doing the art, I'm doing what you've asked me because man raps in it and it's a challenge and I like it, but I'm not doing it for you to like put me on and for me to win this show. I'm just doing it. I'm just having a go, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? But like an honest go. And then I got to the auditions, somehow got through the audition. Will I Am and Anne Marie turned around. I was like, you can see, bro, there's pictures, there's receipts. Every single picture I got through, I was shocked. My mouth was just like, but bro, the whole time I'm doing the show thinking, what am I doing here? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'll chat to people and I got this young imposter syndrome thing or whatever, you know what I mean? And like, I'm just always like, I'm my own worst critic, innit? So I'll be chatting to people, they're like, you're sick, and I'm like, I don't know, just rap and that. They're like, nah. Trying to tell me, it's the voice and it's not the singer. And I'm like, that's actually very clever. That actually eased me a little bit. And cool, then we go into the second round and we do a battle. And I'm battling a very sick artist, Benjamin. He can rap and he can sing. I thought, this is a long day, bro. He can play the guitar as well. Nah, brothers, he's gone clear. You get what I'm saying? I would never say anyone's a better artist than me, but he has more mediums than, like, man can sing, play guitar, and he can rap. I can only rap, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So weighing it out, like, it makes sense that you would beat me in the battle and you will go through. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head, innit? So again, I'm still gonna give it a go. I'm gonna be authentic. I'm gonna just do me, innit? So we went through to the stages, and bro, Donnie just did too much in a battle. Like, do you know what I mean? He in this life, I feel like you're only ever against yourself, even if you're battling someone else. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, you were battling me when you should have been battling with yourself, innit? Like you should have been doing like better for yourself, but I felt like he was actually battling me. Do you get what I'm saying? Exactly. But it's like we're two completely different artists. So you should have just focused on your thing. If he did that, he would have gone through, hands down. And he knows that as well, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? But on the day, that didn't happen. On the day, I just did me. He didn't do him. And then I went through again. Again, shocked. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'll send you the photos, bro. They're still on my Instagram to this day.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, now I'm in the semi-finals. And I'm like, rah. It's mad still, like man's in this, I don't know what I'm doing here. But then they give me one Spanish song to do because they like playing on your like whatever gimmick you have in it. So my thing was rapping in different languages. So they're like, cool, rap in Spanish in it, do a Spanish song, Con Calma by Daddy Yankee in it. And it's like I didn't even really wanna, to be honest, I could have argued more to do like a different song in it, but I didn't, because in the back of my head as well, again, imposter syndrome, kind of to my detriment. I was just like, brother, let me just do whatever. I'm just here, innit? Like, I don't, in my head, ever think I'm going to win the show. One, because I'm a rapper. UK public are not used to a rapper winning a singing competition. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm like one of the first rappers to ever get this far. It's not going to be me, bro. Like, it has to be a lot more of us to get to that point. For the UK public, again, like we're saying, it's what you're exposed to. These men have not been exposed to this thing. And it's like, it's not going to be so amazing to them because you've got singers that sound like Lauryn Hill, bro. Do you get what I mean? Like, even me, I'm like, brother, she should win. She sounds like Lauryn Hill, bro. So, because I've got that kind of approach, I don't really like go super ham, and like I didn't really like battle to do like a song that I felt more comfortable with, and I like a challenge. So I was like, yeah, cool, let me take it on. So then I did the song, didn't do too bad, could have done way better. And I went home on the semi-finals. I was like, cool, I'm happy with this. And then bruv, like, it was an experience. What I took away most from it was, I guess, working with the vocal coaches. The vocal coaches are the secret MVPs of the show.
Is it?
They don't get shown, they don't get no credit. They do in the credits, but like, for people to know, like, the vocal coaches on The Voice are the MVPs, bro. They work with you. They give you like actual like vocal lessons. Doing a voice gave me a little bit more confidence to develop as an artist. And this is, again, all of these things culminate to like where I've ended up today, because dropping the song that I just dropped, I don't have a song like that before. That was the first type of song like that I've made. Do you know what I'm saying? Being a little bit more melodical, trying to get out of that bag, like, do you know what I mean? Not being super lyrical. It's from these lessons that I learned from these vocal coaches. Do you know what I'm saying? They brought me to a level that I didn't know, because remember, stopped singing. So I was like, but she's making me do singing, vocal warm-ups and that. And like, I'm actually in key. I'm like, I'm actually in key. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, big up Juliet, because that was my vocal coach. She was like super sick. So sick. Like, I owe a lot to her still. I owe a lot to Juliet. And I guess, yeah, man, the whole show, would I do it again? Definitely not. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think that I think I gained a lot from it, though. I don't want to like discredit the show. Like, the show was a good opportunity for me personally, because being a rapper on a singing show obviously makes you stand out, innit? So my experience compared to other singers, it's probably different. Do you get what I'm saying? My following went up and it like helped my career. Obviously, bag went up. Get to charge more for shows and stuff like that. So it definitely came with like a lot more positives than negatives. Do you get what I'm saying? For me personally, do you know what I mean? But again, I will always caveat that with saying it's reality TV, bro. Yeah, it's entertainment at the end of the day, innit? So what you see is what you see, innit? Yeah, do you know what I mean? So
yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, I was just wondering. I was curious because I saw someone. There was another artists to sing, and they were talking about like the X Factor, and they were like, it's not what it plays out to be.
Yeah, man. I feel like the best one of those reality shows is Britain's Got Talent. That's the best one. Yeah, the best one, bro. Like One Direction, and like you get, and even if you don't like win, it's like more. It's more of a wider reach. It's like a worldwide wider reach. The Voice UK is kind of. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
It's weird though, because like. Historically and typically, it's always someone that comes like second or third that does really well.
Yeah, usually.
Which is nuts. Like One Direction, they didn't win, did they? or did they win? I can't remember.
One that I can't remember if they won. I don't think.
Are we back on? Yeah. No more exploding, hopefully. Right, we're back again. We're having some trouble with the camera, but we're gonna keep it pushing. We're keeping it moving.
Come on.
We're doing it. But yeah, you were saying about wouldn't go back on The Voice. It was a good experience, but
yeah, man. It was a good experience again. Yeah, it's just live TV. It is what it is. Yeah. That was like what? Was that 2 years ago, bro?
Yeah.
I think 3. Yeah, coming out to 3 years ago. Yeah. Coming out to 3 years ago. Yeah, a lot has happened since then still.
Exactly.
But yeah, definitely it did more good for me than I could say it did bad. So
yeah. Oh, do you know what it is as well? I was curious, and it must be crazy from your perspective. I mean, you've touched on it already a little bit, but for me, it's kind of one of these things, right, where you look at TV, you look at Hollywood, you look at celebrities, you look at like fast cars, watches, all these things. They're like fabrications in your brain, like they're not real. Like they're kind of like part of your imagination in a sense, because the only method that you can consume these things is through a screen or a magazine or something.
Yeah.
So that you know, like everyone, you know, like every typical family, it's got like semi-detached house, nice car, and drive sitting in like on a Friday night watching TV, and that they're never going to experience anything like that. But then you've been able to kind of like just in the journey of life, like, you know, later on towards the end of your music career, look back on that and be like, that's fucking crazy. To experience that. That's sick. Yeah, that's such a cool thing, because you kind of get a peek behind the curtain of how things really work. You know what I mean? So that is pretty cool. Okay, cool. So we'll move on to the next segment. This is a newer segment that we're doing, but it's a little game we like to play. Seeing a lot of people doing it online, but the game still holds its weight, because it's quite interesting just to kind of see how it pans out. So we're doing a blind ranking top 5. So with this, we've got a mix of eyes. We've got male and female.
Okay.
And UK and US.
Okay, sick.
It's a big mix.
Yeah.
So I won't go in any particular order. But where will you put? And once I put them there, I can't. That's it. They're locked in. You got to play it smart. Right, we'll go first. We'll go J. Cole. Bro, the rest might be shit. They might be good. You never know. Brother. Is everyone like alive on the list, or are some people dead and that? No, they're sorry. My brain went blank there. Some of them are dead. Some of them are dead. Okay, so this is just artists in general. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to mix J. Cole. Mix it up. Ooh. I'm put J. Cole at 2. Okay. I'm put J. Cole at 2. Okay. Yeah. Semi-safe. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Next. Biggie. I'll put Biggie at like 4. Is it? Yeah, man. Biggie was sick. In terms of like, he had sick flows. So he was on the melodical side of rap, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? He was doing melodical rap before a lot of MCs. Yeah. But it's like, for me, Biggie lacked relatability to his content, innit? You listen to Biggie and you can dream, you can imagine, like, do you know what I'm saying? But his music never really, for me, innit, it never really like cut me deep, or it never really made me feel anything mad. But Biggie, can't you see it? Like, it's a vibe, it's a bop, like, do you know what I mean? But it's like, you've got to be, it's very situational where I would listen to Biggie. I wouldn't like search for Biggie like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'll put Biggie at 4. 4. Yeah. Okay, cool. Skepta. Skeppy. I got Jay at 2. I got Biggie at 4. I'm gonna put Skepta at 5. Yeah, I'm gonna put Skepta at 5. Yeah, just cause I like Skepta. Skepta's cold. I think it's one of the hardest in the UK. Do you get what I'm saying? My favourite thing from Skepta is I think it's Ace Hood flow.
The beat on that,
He's
mental.
in the video.
But yeah, bro. And then I think he's wearing the Versace thing or whatever. But
Yeah, that's so
but
cool.
brother, that tune is hard.
The instrumental
That
is so good as
tune
well.
is hard. But he loses points for All Over the House. You remember that tune?
Yeah, that was a very.
That was a bit random, bro. Like, what you did?
That's experimental.
That was mad experimental. Nah, but that's what I'm saying. But but props to him though, because he's an innovator though, innit? Even look at him now. He can do those things and bounce back. And next man couldn't do that. And
Yeah,
like
that's
you
true,
like
too,
yeah, but Skepta, yeah, he does what he wants, man. But yeah, for me, I'm put Skepta at 5 because I don't know who's coming up, innit?
Yeah.
There might be whack people, but Ryan.
All right, next one is Lauryn Hill.
Number 1. Yeah, easy.
Yeah?
Y'all can't handle the truth in the courtroom alive. Are you alright, brother? Lauryn Hill, brother, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, it wasn't even an album, bro. It was an event, fam. Like, it was a time in life, like, and it's still so relevant today. And not only can she sing, she can rap as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And she birthed Amali, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean? Like she's incredible, bro.
Yeah.
She's incredible. She's in my top 5 artists of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll put her at 1. I don't think whoever you say will probably deserve number 3 in it, but I don't want to say that with my chest.
No, you might
know.
regret the number 1 because it's Ice Spice.
She should have been 5 still, but I guess she got 3 still.
So
You know what? For me, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been 5, innit? But I can see why, again, the same way you're looking at 21 Savage.
Yeah.
Very that ilk of tone of rap, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? She doesn't really have sick flows or whatever. Thought I was in you? Nah. It's like she's not really. There's no scale. Yeah, she's basically talking, innit?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
721.
Yeah, but it's like, I guess, different aspects of her that people like and whatever. But I can understand why the generation that like her music. I can definitely understand. It's very reflective of the culture of the age of people who listen to her music, innit? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
It's definitely very reflective because she's using terminology, experiences that a lot of super younger people can relate with, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? And again, the industry, they're selling her vibe, innit? They're dealing her. She's the new Loud Pack, innit? So, you know what I mean? She's the new Loud Pack, innit? So yeah, I hear it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So,
Yeah, no,
I hear it still. Yeah, I'm not upset with the rankings still. I'm not upset with the rankings. Skepta would have definitely been higher.
Yeah.
I reckon I should have put Skepta 3rd still. I reckon, yeah. Should have definitely put Skepta 3rd.
It is what it is. It's the nature of the game.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. But cool. And then I'm gonna ask you another question, another hypothetical, but this one's really interesting.
Huh.
The boys that were on before, they had a good answer for this. But what? Just going on to on the female rappers, because I was curious about another one as well. I find the whole Sexy Red thing, not her and the music, but the whole Sexy Red thing, fascinating. I don't like. It's not that I don't get it.
Yeah.
I do get it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
But like it's mental to me that we're at an age where, in time, where something like that is put on a pedestal that much, because it wouldn't have even been that long ago that if an artist tried to come out with music like that, they would have been pushed to the side so quickly. They would have been like, what the fuck, this is trash, what is this? But now you've got people like Drake, like literally like holding her up. I wanted to get your opinion. I just don't understand. Like, do you know, I do get it and I don't get it. It's crazy. We're in a weird time in general.
You know what it is, yeah? The reason Drake does that, and Drake's a very, very like meticulous artist, yeah? And what makes him such a good artist, yeah, is that he can identify, because he's been relevant for a very long time, innit? To get what I'm saying? To be relevant and still at the top of your game. Like, he hasn't coasted by at any point. Like he's always been relevant, and he's always been in the clubs. He's always been on radio. He's as successful as he is because he's always been relevant.
Yeah.
And he has this very good way of relating to what's current. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And embracing it. So he embraces what's current, and he doesn't go against the tide too much. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like he'll see an art form that maybe he's not like proficient in, or something that he doesn't do, and he'll embrace it to the point of like understanding why people like it, and how could I work with an artist like this? Like what could I do to kind of get inside that bag where I'm reaching the audience that they're reaching, but still doing my thing, but kind of like pseudo getting into your bag a little bit. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like he like, and for as much as people want to talk about Drake or whatever, he's not really from what I know, he's not really a hater like that. Do you get what I'm saying? He gives people the praise when they should be getting the praise or whatever. And it's like, look, me personally, I can't even remember this Sexy Red. I know she's got one tune. What's the tune again?
Talking about Booty Hole Brown.
Pound Town. Okay, cool, that one. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Obviously, that belongs to them, man, innit? That's not. I don't think I've heard that song all the way through. I don't think, unless someone for like a podcast or whatever makes me like sit down and listen to the whole thing or whatever. I don't personally gravitate towards that, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? I can't relate to it. It doesn't sonically slap for me. But obviously I've got like a younger sister and that, and you know what I mean? And there's a hype to it. You gotta remember, we live in times where shit is mad depressing. It's mad depressing to be in the world, innit? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes people are not trying to listen to the conscious stuff, innit? Because there's like this thing of like, we live in a time also where information is like super prevalent and it's everywhere in the world, innit? You can learn anything you want to learn at your fingertips. Do you get what I'm saying? So imagine the cognitive dissonance, yeah, of knowing how to solve world hunger, knowing that there's this much money that can solve world hunger, knowing that medicines don't cure, they're just there to like kind of keep you ticking over. They're here to make money off of your sickness. Like knowing that man are out here waging wars on people, doing genocide and all of this stuff, knowing that there's very, very easy ways, yeah, and humane ways to solve these problems, yeah, and then you've clocked that, but then no one around you is doing nothing about it, or the powers that be are not doing nothing about it. Like it's enough to make you go nuts. Like you're kind of like
100%.
It's reality altering, innit? Do you know what I mean? And it can create like a lot of depression and a lot of sadness and like feeling helpless. It's like some of the worst feelings to feel in the world, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? So to have, because I've seen my sister enjoy this type of music. She's been in my car, let me put music on. I'm like, oh, I beg you don't put on that fucking... I'm like, don't put that stuff on, innit? And then I catch myself and I'm like, I'm being an old head. I need to chill, innit? This is the music she enjoys. I let her play it. And at first I'm like there and I'm like, I don't enjoy it. But her and my cousin are in the back and they're like doing the little dances that they do and having the joy and sometimes not even saying, just waiting for that part of the lyric. The booty hole brown, like they're just waiting for that bit to say it, yeah? Because it just brings them joy, innit? Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not even about the artist being super sick. It's like we're looking for joy in all of these places where we can find them, whether it's TV shows, whether it's music, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's whatever it is, innit? Like we're trying to consume stuff that makes us happy in it, that takes us away from this mad reality.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even if the thing that has taken us away from it in the grand scheme of things is a bit mad or is a bit whatever, like realistically, it might just be jokes to someone. Like, oh, rah, like, sit down, like, she said that, and like, it's so mad that, rah, like, I can't believe you said that in the track, that it makes you happy, her just saying that in the track and having the audacity. So there's a lot of other, there's a lot of other things that go into why you like that thing. It might have nothing to do with music. Musically, you might know, right, this is bare whack, innit? Like, do you know what I'm saying? And then you'll have your playlist over there, innit? Do you get what I mean? But artistically, there might not be a lot of longevity in that. It might be like momentary, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? But for the moment, it's her, innit?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A while ago, it was 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where's 6ix9ine now, bruv?
Yeah.
His thing's not. He's got to do other stuff. His music's not banging like that. Yeah, he got arrested. He was a snitch. This and that. But people are saying Gunna snitched, but they're not treating him the same as, because Gunna actually makes good music.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So there's reason people will give you blights for certain things. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, man, there's so many variables to this thing that it's like, it's hard to pinpoint exactly why that thing is banging. But from an observer type of view and not a consumer, because I don't consume that type of music, I get it. Like, I understand it. Do you get what I mean? And if you're having a good enough time around it, but because I know how I consume things, I can consume that and not get too gassed by it. I'll be around you and your vibe might make me listen to the song differently so that I can understand, okay, this is why you like it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I'm away from you and when I leave this situation and this vibe that we've created, I'm not going to go listen to her discography and I'm not going to run that song again on my ones, because really I don't like that. But I like what that vibe caused for us in that moment.
Yeah.
Sharing that experience. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
So for me, I get it. I actually do get it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I definitely think that these things can coexist simultaneously. But then that's also it speaks to the music industry, innit? Yeah. Of why that's got such a light on it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if everything existed simultaneously fairly, that wouldn't have such a light on it. It would only have a specific light for specific people that can genuinely relate to that song that she made. Do you get what I'm saying? Because everyone that's listening to it is not relating to it, but they're gassed because she said, my booty hole brown.
Yeah.
So they're like, rah, is that the booty hole brown? And that, like, it's facts. Some people's booty hole brown. So she's saying stuff to take a Pound Town. Some people are taking people to Pound Town. Some people have been to Pound Town.
Yeah.
It's facts. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you got some people that are probably just vibing to the vibes and not really connecting to the song in that way. But if they had music that they could actually connect to, they wouldn't really pay attention to that. But because there's nothing in the interim or nothing opposing that, they're kind of just like, again, they're in the supermarket looking for a drink.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I hear it, I understand it, and you get me. It's the music game's agenda. What they're doing now is they're doing a lot of like market research and understanding what are people like into. And remember, this is what I'm saying. It's also a lot of it is the people as well. So they're taking the knowledge they have of what the people might like in the moment and they're maximizing on it. Because where you might have come across that tune and be like, oh, this is a laugh. Like, listen to it once, twice, boom, it would have died out quick. Like you said, pushed to the side. Now they're like, nah. In such a quick time, it got this much attention. We can drag this out for as long as possible. How else do we market this? Let's push this out and make sure she's played here and bring other, like, do you know what I'm saying? Bring other things and other ways that they know successfully work to market stuff to people, and they've put her at the forefront. And now she's one of the top 5 fruits, fam. She's an apple, pear, banana, do you get what I'm saying? But the dragon fruits are out here like, right, you know, man's delicious. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Consume, man.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do that because they're using what they know. Get me? They're using what they know is popping on TikTok, because that's their frame of reference.
Yeah,
I've had conversations
like
with
microwave music.
I've had conversations with labels talking about like would love to sign you, but not like at the moment, and this and that. They're waiting for. I don't like in this day and age when you go viral. It's not just that one time that you should go viral. You need to go viral more than once. Now, it's not like back in the day. 4 years ago, viral once. The labels will come. They'll sign you. Won't know what to do with you. And then if you're kind of like a savvy artist, you'll be able to pattern that situation and get longevity out of it. Yeah. But if you're just a lucky artist, the Sexy Red, and then think you might go into it, and then if you're not clever,
you get shelved.
You'll get shelved, innit? And then that's all she wrote. But because that's the way they're doing it, they're not focusing on artist development anymore. Look at back when Wu-Tang and them man were signed. It's artist development. Like, do you get what I'm saying? They were taken on tours. They were put in studios. They were like developing as artists. Look at old Dirty Bastard. Like the way he developed as an artist. He was doing songs with Mariah Carey, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they were proper developing them as an artist, packaging them as an artist, working with them, taking their raw talent, making it better. But they believed in them as well. That type of A&R doesn't exist anymore. It's like what's your numbers saying? Because they don't sign the artists no more, they sign the numbers. Yeah. And that's the game, fam.
That's so true. 100%. Yeah, and then we'll move on to this next point. But I was just thinking as you're saying that, because I've had this thought before, but it's almost like the way I see it as well. It's when you're touching on kind of like how fucked everything is at the moment. I think I've realised myself that there's a potential that the more fucked shit gets, the more people gravitate to shock value within everything. Entertainment, like trends, music, sounds, like people like Bad Baby, Catch Me Outside. How about that? Like that's crazy. That's a whole nother can of worms, but. It's an interesting place. But like I say, you find these artists, like yourself, or like Names Bliss, or I've got one of my boys that I'm working with, an unbelievable artist called 47, like very talented. And then you've got people like I say, Ants-wise, Soundwise, House of Pharaohs, like do you know what I mean?
House of Pharaohs been doing it for a minute as well.
And they got a tune with JME. So the good stuff will stick around.
100%, man. Like as much as there is. It's always a battle, man. Like again, I don't think anyone just deserves whatever in it. You deserve what you have in it. Do you get? That's just the reality of life. People may think you deserve more, and people may think that. Again, it's just all opinions. The reality of life is the reality of life, innit? But I do genuinely believe, like certain artists have taken the long road and have decided. No, this is how I'm going to go about making my music, and this is how I'm going to stay authentic to myself as an artist. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? And it might take longer for them to get the notoriety or the flowers or whatever. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. But they will get the flowers, innit? And if it's from maybe only 1 million people out of the 7 billion people in the world, that's still a lot of people, bro. You've still made an impact. You've still done great in your career. Do you get what I mean? Because there's people that the music doesn't leave their laptop. Do you get what I'm saying? There's people that haven't done any shows. Do you get me? And even like comparing isn't good, because comparison is the thief of joy. But just for yourself, there was a point where it was just in your laptop. Then you put it out into the world, and then you made these steps. And if the last step that you make is wherever it's at in your career, you managed to make a career of music to the point where you only got 100k followers on Instagram, but you were part-time living off of music. That's an achievement, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the achievement in this thing is having it in your mind and having the balls to even attempt. Once you've taken that first step and you've attempted, you've achieved it, bruv. Like you've done it. You're someone, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Like people catching up and going, it's just confirmation, innit? That's I guess what a lot of people are looking for, is confirmation, to be like, yo, I believe I'm this. You also believe I'm that. Now I feel achieved and accomplished. Yeah. But again, you might not be alive for that to happen, and you have to accept that part as well. So that can keep you going for you to continue making banging music, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the game, man. No, the way the game goes, bro.
100%. So I've got that final question. I was just curious actually, because I remembered you were saying before. So you speak Spanish, Portuguese?
Yeah, Spanish, Português. Yeah, I falo português. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, mas o meu português é mais and mine is Angolano, innit? It's like more Angolan Portuguese than Portuguese.
There you go, my man. I love that. Yeah, because I'm half Portuguese, half Scottish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a different mix still. Man's never seen that.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit of a weird one, but I'll take it.
I'm half Portuguese, half Angolan.
Is it?
Yeah, but I was raised more Angolan side because I didn't know my dad, innit? So yeah. So my Portuguese is a bit what they will call calão. So it's like even Angolans to say like my Portuguese is messed because I grew up with, like majority of my life here, innit? Obviously I came here when I was like 5, pretty young and that, and my Portuguese got worse. Do you get what I'm saying? So I had to like relearn it.
Yeah.
So now again, this is like me just being meticulous. So now I know all of the forms of Portuguese. So the way Brazilian people speak Portuguese, a maneira que os brasileiros falam português. You get it?
Yeah.
And then I can speak like, so the kind of like formal fine, os portugueses de Portugal falam português mais afinado. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that. And then obviously you got the normal Portuguese,
proper, yeah.
like the Portuguese that I speak, which is like a lot of slang and that. Tá vendo? Moe, you get what I'm saying? A maneira que os tios falam, a maneira que você fala. Do you get what I'm saying? So you got like different ways of speaking it, and I had to kind of like because it's like coming here, a lot of my culture got drummed out, so I had to make sure like I that's why I fly my flag so high, innit?
Yeah,
because obviously I'm proud of where man's from, innit? So I have to make sure that I know about my culture. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, man, man's out here, bruv.
Rate that, love that. Okay, cool. So we can wrap up in a sec, but the final question I wanted to ask was, if you could, so I mean, like, let your imagination run wild, because everyone's quite caged in with their thought processes when I've asked this question, but I'm just saying like anything. So you're not performing, but you're putting on a show. Anyone dead or alive, 5 artists. Who would they be, and where would it be? Like, I mean, like, it could be in the Sahara Desert, in the jungle, like on the moon, like wherever. Like just some form of that, because it's always quite interesting, because it can go any way, you know. Like anyone can say anything. So I always try and like,
five artists that are alive. Yeah. So I would, and obviously the laws of reality and time don't apply. This can be anywhere. Yeah. So cool. Man will do my show in heaven. Obviously. With the big God and that present. I'm gonna do my show in heaven. Yeah. Any 5 artists. So I would have the first person to ever hit a note. So the first person to ever sing. Whoever that was.
Oh fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Whoever that was, innit? The first ever person to hit a note.
Yeah.
It's like, raw, this is singing. I would have that person perform. Yeah. I'll have that person perform. I would have let me see whose live show. I would have, madly enough, I'll have Burna Boy performing there as well.
Is it?
Just because his live show is incredible.
Is it?
Yeah. And well, it depends. I've seen him twice now, yeah. And the first time I saw him, mental. The second time I saw him, he didn't really give man what he gave man the first time, because he went hard. The first time he went in, like first time he went ham. I think like then I see him again a year later, and he had done so much and so much success, and I guess he'd been performing so much that it's silly to even hold him up to that standard. I feel like we do that to artists a lot, where it's like, oh, I've seen you there, you didn't and this and that. It's like especially when you're at that level performing that much, I hear it. Do you get what I mean? So I would have to have Burna Boy not perform for a considerable amount of time, like a year or whatever, just not giving energy to no one, so that when he did that performance, it would be wild. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'd have the first person that ever like hit a note or sang or like created music, and then I'd have Burna Boy. 3 more. I would have I would create a group out of Jacob Banks, Yeba, James Vickery, there's this there's I keep forgetting his name, but there's this guy that sings in Oxford Circus. Very, very deep tone, like Jacob Banks as well. Because I forgot his name. I would have so create a group out of Jacob Banks, Yeba, James Vickery. Who else would I put in that? Yeah, them three for now. Yeah, that would be one. So that's 3. And then I would have.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Because you only get 5, innit? So you know I'm trying to be cheeky. I'm trying to create groups and that.
Yeah,
you never said I couldn't do that. You never said I couldn't do
that.
that. You never said I couldn't do that. I would also have a segment for the 4th slot. I would have a segment, and every MC from the ends. So every MC that man knows from the ends will just have time to cypher. Everyone gets a 16 bar. Everyone gets a 16 bar. Yeah, we'll be there for time, innit? But again, we're out of time and space, so really you won't clock it. You get what I mean?
Yeah, it's just vibe.
Yeah, man. And I guess the fifth person, or the 5th act, because it's an act, innit? The 5th act that man will have. There was this woman, innit, on America's Got Talent. And like she like did like rainforest like sounds and that, like just with her mouth and that. Yeah, like she sounded like, but like she sounded like someone put a recorder in the rainforest.
What the fuck?
And it was like she created the landscape, she created the animals. Whoa. She created the atmosphere, all with her voice. You can look for this video, innit?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up.
I know.
That's crazy.
Bro, when I seen that video, I said, raw, watching her live must be an experience, especially if they do like all the tech properly. Yeah. That's a once in a lifetime. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's a talent. Like, I've never seen like anyone do that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, to open up one of your shows or something.
Nah, she's gone clear, bro. Man's not Drake, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, it'll probably be that. Yeah, and I guess that'll be the 5, innit?
Yeah.
Man's up in heaven and that vibes in.
Come on.
Yeah, bro.
No concept of time.
Nah, bro.
Everyone gets 16 as well.
Everyone gets a 16, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it'll be mad because you're performing in heaven, so it'd be the illest 16 you've ever written.
Yeah.
Like, it would have to be.
Yeah.
Like, being in that space, you'd have to write it when you got to heaven. Do you get what I'm saying? Because being in the atmosphere would just create, like, you would just write it and you would shock yourself. And the 16 would be so good, that you would explode into light. After you drop the 16, you just explode into light out of just like raw, like, man, I can't believe, like, man wrote this. And then you're just energy and anyway.
What's going on?
Yeah, man.
Love that. All right, well, I would definitely say one of the most like introspective kind of more thoughtful conversations that we've had on this podcast.
Love, man.
For sure. Really, really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I probably could have gone on for a few more hours.
We can be talking.
But you know, very, very good. I mean, have you got anything that you want to shout out? Anything coming up? Any shows?
Obviously, shout out my creator, Almighty God, and that. Any shout out the Marge and that for creating, man.
always.
Loves it when I shout her out. Yeah, man. Shows. I like last year I did like 87 shows.
Fucking hell.
This year, the year before that I did like 60 something. Last year I did 80 something. So I'm trying to go for the 100 this year.
Nice.
Fingers crossed on that. And yeah, man, like there's gonna be shows throughout the year. Got new music. I'm trying to drop like at least 10 singles this year. Maybe even more. Like, this year I'm trying to go full throttle. But again, as I say, I'm not one of these people that's like, yo, like this is coming and this is this and that. Me too, I want to enjoy the journey, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Again, I told you my aim and what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So again, we're just gonna do what we need to do, barring selling my soul, selling my back hole, You know what I'm saying? To get there. But yeah, everything I need to do rather than selling myself short or selling a part of myself to do that is what I'm going to do going forward. And yeah, everything is announced on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And yeah, really, that's it. Really, just stream the music so obviously man can feed my future kids and that. Do you know what I mean?
Make that boat.
Yeah, bro. Like cause he lives in that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Like literally, yeah. Just stream the music, support any way you can, and yeah, follow the journey for as much as you relate to it. Yeah. Jump on, jump off as much as you want to, and that's it, really.
Yeah, no, love that. And regarding shows, we're looking to put on a few, so we'll definitely try and chuck a couple of those as well.
I'm there, bro.
They're gonna be lively as you.
Yeah, lively.
But yeah, we'll go from there. Nice one.
Love, man.
There you go. That was good. I enjoyed that.